Hello again, Midlothian Camera Club members. Just another video I thought I would do, showing you how I prepare for a landscape photography trip. So there'll be lots of factors which go into deciding where I go and when I go, but I'll give you this weekend as a good example. So middle of the week, the BBC weather started forecasting quite a big storm coming in, and I immediately thought that would be a good opportunity to maybe get another lighthouse shot with the waves crashing over the pier. So first thing I would do in these circumstances is check to see what the sea forecast is, when the tides are, etc. I use a couple of apps for that, but the biggest one I use is Magic Seaweed. So we'll go to Magic Seaweed. So it's a brilliant website for finding out the sea forecast, and it gives you lots of other details as well. So I've already searched Aberdeen, but we'll just type it in as if I hadn't. So search for Aberdeen, it will give you whatever various forecasts there are. In this case there's one, but some places have more than one, so we'll go for the beach. Have a look down. So it gives you lots of details. First of all, you get a very quick look at how the sort of week's waves are going to be. This is a surfing website, as you can see by all the adverts. So what we're looking for is what days got the biggest waves. So consistently, probably Monday, but actually Sunday is looking good for me. If I scroll down, I'll get more detail on that. So let's go down to Sunday. Here's Sunday here. Now, if I look and see what the weather's like, the weather's looking good. I'm not going to trust this too much with the weather, but it's a good indicator. So the weather's looking like there's going to be a bit of sunshine. High tide is what I'm looking for because I want the waves to be as big as possible. So if you look here, high tide is at 2:25 p.m. So that's good. It's 4.28 metre tide. Now, tide heights change as you go around the country. So 4.28 metres down round our area is actually quite a small tide. I'm not sure what the tides are like in Aberdeen, but I think it's well, there you can see 3.84 metre for high tide next week. So it's a big tide. I think it is a spring tide this weekend, so that's their biggest tide. So we've got a combination of a good size wave. So this is your wave height on the left, a really big swell. So we've got a 12-foot swell and a 7 to 10-foot wave. So there's give or take 20 foot, and we've got the highest tide at 2:25, and that tide is higher by a foot than normal. So the likelihood is we're going to have a pretty good set of waves coming in on that lighthouse. If we look over across, we've got a bit of wind coming in as well, and the wind is a northwesterly. Now, a northeasterly typically gives you the biggest swell on our coast, but I think we'll be just fine with a northwesterly. I think we'll get a really good swell with that. So I'm quite happy. I'm pretty sure that on Sunday at high tide, I'll be getting a shot with waves crashing over a pier somewhere up on the northeast coast, most likely the Aberdeen breakwater. Now, the reason I choose the Aberdeen breakwater is because I already know that there's good pictures there. So I do my research first. So I would normally go into maybe Flickr, let's say, or one of the other big image sites just to have a look and see. So I would do something like Aberdeen storm. Let's have a look if there's any photos, and there we go. Straight away we can see various photos of the storms. And this lighthouse I've been dying to take photos of because it looks like some kind of space age rocket ship when they were building all the rocket cars in America with the gorgeous lines in it. It's possibly the nicest looking lighthouse in Scotland. It's got such a good shape, and of course the best bit of the shape is the bit that stays in during the storm photographs. So there's a long exposure one, quite an unusual one that, so that might be something I would try, and I'll just flick through them all, get an idea. And I'm not necessarily wanting to copy one of these, I just want to see that I can, so I know I can shoot it from front on, and I'll look down. This one's not got any EXIF detail, some of them do, some of them don't. So I'll try and find one, there's one there, and I'll look down and go, well, that's taking that 74mm lens, and even if that is on a crop camera, so it's a very, very modest telephoto lens you need for this shot, and that's getting pretty much as close as I would want to go in terms of the size of the lighthouse in the frame. So I can shoot it from the right, I can shoot it from the left, and I can shoot it straight on. and all of these are with relatively modest telephotos, so loads and loads of options for compositions there. Might be a try-pick just with that one venue potentially is already in my head. So I know there's good photos there, I know the weather's going to be on our side. Always good idea to get a more accurate reading of the weather and particularly the clouds if you can though. So I use a website called Clear Outside for a lot of my forecasts, but I'll also look at BBC, AccuWeather, any number of them, and usually aggregate all the information. But this one's a good one for Astro. I think I mentioned it before. So you just look up your Aberdeen. There's Aberdeen, the UK. Into the various dates. So we're going up on Sunday. Let's wee triangle down at the bottom right there. Click on that. Will give us a better idea. So we're looking at this area up here around about sort of midday to 4 o'clock. So dark, blue hour, golden hour, daylight, midday, or mid highest point of the sun. So we're looking in here somewhere. So we'll go down, and it looks like there's going to be virtually no clouds at all according to that. Low down, 1%, 2%, so hardly any in the middle of the sort of sky, and we've got some right on where we want them. We've got some high clouds round about high tide there, so we know it's going to be. Personally, I would have been quite happy if it had been nearly all cloudy there because it's the sort of dramatic shot I'm going for. But a bit of sun on a lighthouse shot can be quite nice too. So the good news is it doesn't look like it's going to be absolutely pouring with rain all the time. So I'm quite happy with that. We'll just have to take it as it comes. So I'm happy with the weather. Now I'm going to have a look at what else I can do. So I use Google Maps. So if I go into Google Maps, and over the years I've built up a whole array of various photography spots around the country. Lots of these I've been to, particularly sort of in Scotland and so up this area right down to the central England. I've been to most of these crosses, this little stars. Um, but I use it as a way, if I know that I'm going from here to Aberdeen, I'll have a wee look and see what else is on the way. Obviously, that's quite a well-trodden path for me, so I know it. I know all the locations I'm likely to go, but when you get back down here, then it's really handy when you see your route to see all the little stars coming up quite close to your route, and that's how I plan on my little detours. So we're going up to Aberdeen, so I've got a few in here, but that's quite a long way off track. Now, I do quite fancy Perth. If the weather had been better on Sunday morning, I think Perth would have been one of my go-to venues. There's a shot I'm not taking here at Canoe Hill. Looks the sun's rising for this area at the moment, and you get the reflections coming off the S bend of the Tay. But because it's so windy, you'll not get the reflections on the Tay. So I've kind of ruled that one out already. So I'm going to head up the coast. So I know there's a couple of good venues around Montrose. I think though what I'll try and do is drive all the way up to Dunnottar Castle. So Dunnottar Castle, if you put on the satellite view, gorgeous castle, most of you will know it. Where the star is actually where I normally shoot from, so you can shoot anywhere around here. The sun's rising from here. So at this time of year it's around about 4 o'clock. So we've got choices here. We could shoot over here and get the sun hitting the castle on the side, which would probably be my choice to be honest. So I'll probably walk around here, not shot from here. It's not the traditional shot, but I'll have a look at that. So that'll be my plan. I'll probably try and go up to Dunnottar Castle on the way up, and then I'll head into Aberdeen, maybe via the beach to start with, and then onto the lighthouse later. So you probably all know how to use Google Maps. The other one I would probably check now that I've thought about Dunnottar is I'd go into the photographer's ephemeris, which is free on the web, costs you a few quid on the phone I think, and I'd make it today's date. Maybe actually make it Sunday's date just to be super accurate. There we go. Well, I'm going to Aberdeen, will be close enough, so I'll type in Aberdeen up there. So that gives me my point in Aberdeen. Zoom in a little bit. You can't use the scroll wheel for mine somehow. I'll get down to the area I need to be in. So there's Dunnottar Castle there. I'll get my marker right onto it, zoom right in. So now I can see there's the sun rising here, going as far as I can. So I can see that you're going to get some side light there. So if I'm shooting from up here, I've got the perfect position, which is just not quite 90 degrees. I'm just going to get a little shallow depth, really low sun, really shallow angle. So that'll light up the castle and these rocks absolutely beautifully. So that could well be my sunrise shot. So I'll just have a look to see what time I've got to get up in the morning. So sunrise is 8:33. Oh, it's so nice at this time of the year. So 8:33. Let's have a look at my map points there. So if you click on here, hit directions. So I've got, say, 2 hours, 8:33, 6:33. I always like being there for the colour in the sky. That's usually 40 minutes before I notice a 10-minute walk, 50 minutes. So if I want to be up there for when I need to be up there, I'm going to be leaving the house at 5:30. So that means getting up at 5 o'clock-ish. So that's probably my plan at the moment. But the weather tomorrow will make my decision for me. So just a few of the planning sites I use. So Google Maps is absolutely brilliant for photography. Photographers Ephemeris, fantastic for seeing where the sun and the moon is. So the blue ones are the moon. If you want to see where it is at any given point of the day, if you just scroll this little thing, and if you see, so at 9 in the morning, I know the sun's going to be there, and then it goes round. So let's have a look at Aberdeen. Actually, we'll have a look at the lighthouse up there, just to see. I've already checked this, so I know where it is. Up the coast of Aberdeen. So there's went too far. No, there's the breakwater there. So up the coast of Aberdeen, that's South Breakwater there. And we'll just have a wee look. So you point a marker on it, just click up here. There's a marker right in the lighthouse, so we can see that all day it's in the sun. And high tide's 14:25. So it's not perfect. We've got the sun coming over our left shoulder there. But as you can see, we'll be able to shoot it from all angles. I think it'll probably be best shot for the right with the light coming from our left. And hopefully what will happen is the waves will come up into here, splash up over, and then they'll be lit up and we can get everything in light. And with a bit of luck, we'll have some clouds in the background as well. So that's the plan. Feel free to join me if you want. I'll be leaving it Sunday about 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning. It's a long drive, but it'll definitely be worth it. Thanks again. Bye.